Thanks so much, Rick. Continuing coverage tonight of that violent triple homicide at the Northside apartment complex. Tonight, we're learning the suspect who stabbed a woman and her two daughters to death had been released from prison early. 32-year-old Elvina Hammonds and 10-year-old Aisha Green and 7-year-old Brea Hammonds were killed yesterday morning after an apparent domestic dispute involving Hammonds' ex-boyfriend. His name is Wendell Callahan. NBC4's Ted Hart, he's been following the story from the beginning. He joins us live tonight from the scene with new information. Ted?
Mike, Wendell Callahan might still have been in prison this week on federal drug charges had his sentence not been reduced because of changes in the federal sentencing guidelines. And the man now charged with the triple homicide that took place early yesterday inside this apartment building also has a history of domestic violence going back almost 10 years. Ervina Hammonds and Wendell Callahan were living together in 2006 when she told Columbus police that he'd assaulted her, grabbed her by the throat and picked her up off the ground, then was kicking, stomping, and punching her. She thought he would have killed her if a good Samaritan had not come by. Not long after that, though, Callahan went to federal prison on drug charges until his release in August of 2014. Her sister-in-law says Hammonds had not expressed any concern.
If she was afraid of him, she never expressed that to me. And maybe because of our close relationship, she didn't want me to feel like, it was something to worry about.
Detectives say Callahan stabbed Hammonds and her two daughters to death early yesterday morning before being confronted by Hammonds' current boyfriend. The two men fought, both sustained stab wounds. Callahan was critically injured. The other man was treated and released.
No.
Callahan's family members about it today. Federal court records describe Wendell Callahan as growing up without a father figure and spending most of his adult life in prison. Sue Valillo at Choices for Domestic Violence says victims often don't tell close friends and relatives what's happening until it's too late.
If they're already physically harming you or emotionally harming you and they are threatening to kill you or a family member, that's not something that you should write off. You should take that seriously and you should get help.
And at last report from police, Callahan remains hospitalized with critical injuries under police guard and now charged with 3 counts of murder. Live on the North Side, Ted Hart, NBC4.
Ted, thank you for that update.